prepping to go to a signing in Denver, which is about an hour from me this weekend. So I'm going to go through my process, and this will be different than what I bring and how I prep for flirting in Kansas City in a few weeks, which is traveling out of state for me. First things first, admire the shelves. They are fully stocked right now. It's so pretty, and I'm about to tear it apart. First thing, this is a bookstore signing, not an event, so we're not going to bring any of these. These are my copies from a book box, so none of that's going to come. I also only have two sets of the Omnibus collection of the Holidays and Hijinks, so I'm not bringing these along. And then the rest of it we're going to break down. Paperbacks first, so I'm going to bring the 4 copies that I currently have in stock of Down from the Tower, 6 copies of Book 1, Rules of Play, 4 copies of the prequel, Terms of Obsession, 3 of Lessons to Learn, 2 each of Pleasure to Earn, Slice of Desire, and Lace and Sins. We're going to do 4 copies of Christmas Sins because this book is nothing and it's nice if they want the whole collection to have this one available. And then 4 of Games of Temptation, which is the newest release for this series. So this is where we're at right now with just the paperbacks. I use this like purple suitcase for my signings because it's easy to roll. And since most of these paperbacks so far, it shouldn't be super heavy. I also use that black rolling case over there. Now for the special editions. I only have 2 at the moment of the foiled pretty digital edges of Down from the Tower, so I'll bring both of these. And then I had a huge amount of damages from an order, so we're going to bring 3 damaged of these black page book 1, 3 of book 5, and the only 2 I have left of book 2. So before I add in like any padding or anything, this is where the suitcase is at, and because this is a bookstore signing and not a convention, where I think I'll see less people, I'm probably going to stop here and not pack more. I can easily take people's information and mail stuff out if I need to. I didn't realize that this case is mostly empty for 2 of the drawers. Like this one holds like bookmarks and stuff. It's kind of messed up because I was hiding it from my kid. But this big one at the bottom is mostly empty, so I might pack in a little bit of merch into these. Okay, during my final setup, I did change a couple things. I added 1 copy each of the prequel and then 3 and 4 of Sins and Secrets of the black page copies. And then I also added 1 copy each and then a few extras of the Holidays and Hijinks series. They're easy to pack. There are those books at the end there. And then these silver bags, those are hoodies. So I have a couple hoodies. And then I also have a couple hats I'm going to bring just because it'll pad the box nicely. And I have a little bit of space, so I'm bringing them. And we'll see how this goes. I tallied up everything I have, and we'll see how a bookstore signing goes after Saturday during a super cold, freezing time. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but we're going anyways. Hi, so I just did a book event yesterday, and I'm going to show you what sold. It was at a bookstore, so it was my first bookstore signing, and it's probably not a good event to gauge bookstores off of because it was during an ice storm and we drove an hour. I didn't really see that many people, but I felt like I sold a good amount for not seeing very many people, and I brought along some BLEM copies, so I'm going to show you what I sold at a bookstore. What I sold the most of at this event were damaged copies of books. So I brought along, 8, maybe 10 copies total of the damages. I sold 1 copy of this one. It's book 5. Literally the only problem with this book is its gloss. So I sold 1 of those. And then I sold 2 copies each of the damaged copies of the first book, Rules of Play. There's black boxes on this cover. It's hard to see in this lighting. Same thing with this one. It also has black boxes. So book 2, Lessons to Learn. Sold 2 copies of each of these. I didn't really show this, but these hardbacks are black pages, so I did sell 1 regular copy of book 3, Pleasure to Earn. So I sold 6 or 7 books total, I think, which is pretty good, honestly. I didn't make as much because most of them were damages, but I still sold some. I sold 1 copy to another author there of the super pretty foiled spread edges of sprayed edges, goodness, of Down from the Tower. This is book 1. Book 2 will be here in March now instead of in February, but it's still coming and it's still going to be fabulous. And then I brought these 2 things along because it was cold and I was like, maybe people will want it. I'll probably bring these to bigger events, but I brought one hoodie. This hoodie says Shadow Daddies and Bedtime Stories. We love that. This is a really big size, but I brought one of those and sold one. And I also brought little Deviant hats. Our little Deviant. Sold one of those too. So it wasn't like a bust. I still made some money, just not as much as I was hoping to, and didn't see as many people as I would have liked to. But would I do it again? Yes, I would do it again at that location. Hopefully when the weather is good.